We brought in a rock and roll expert, Paul Stanley.
The Kiss frontman jams with the bands.
It's Paul Stanley.
Turn off the camera.
You are God.
And they get ready to go unplugged.
It's really awesome.
But when tempers flare during rehearsal,
Shut up. I'm not joking.
will their performances fall flat?
That can't cover their ass anymore.
Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp.
Previously on Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp, 3 rock industry icons. Duff McKagan,
This is about having fun and learning to breathe on a stage.
Matt Sorum,
Can I hear you say, we are ready to rock?
We are ready to rock, and Mark Hudson.
Don't sit there like a wet dream. You got to go like, yeah, yeah.
Gave 15 amateur musicians the chance to start living their rock and roll fantasies.
This is like a second chance for me.
It's a dream come true.
The campers only had hours to get to know their new bands,
I'd love to be the rhythm if I could.
rehearse,
Ooh, I'm in trouble again.
Do you know where you went wrong there?
I don't. Help.
and play their first gig. Welcome to the opening night of Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp! Matt's band had a strong debut. While Duff's band overcame a shaky rehearsal.
Katya really stepped up.
And Mark's band had a meltdown.
The problem is the great singer went south on me and screwed it up. You were all over the place. Okay, straight to the meeting room.
The band's attitude coming into rehearsal was apprehensive. We knew what happened the night before at the Key Club. It wasn't our best, and we were a little bit intimidated to see what Mark was actually going to lay into us about.
I get so involved with what I do is I don't even sleep. And after last night, certain members I wanted to strangle. Baptist, you teach people. That's what you do, like, for a living. If anybody's supposed to know better in our band, it's supposed to be you. Your energy is undeniably fantastic. But when we get out there, I look at you, and I looked in your eyes, and I saw the back of the stadium. You gotta stop being a teacher and become a musician.
Mark gave me a little more criticism this morning. He really wants to see me succeed. He treats me like, you know, you're better than this, be better than this. So he has a very, very high expectation of my performance, and I do too, and I gotta meet both those levels, especially his.
And Freddie Prinze, you exploded because you oversang. You have an incredible voice, but you know what? The incredible voice sings the melody, and then you screw around with it. You started on course 1, and that from the very beginning was indicative to where your concentration wasn't.
Right.
But right now you're mediocre, and mediocre isn't gonna get the brass ring. You can keep doing that. The bad news is, I got other guys in the band that sing. Amazon Oprah and Nowhere Boy can step up at any given time, and you're gonna be benched like Tony Romo.
When Mark said I could be replaced, it did shake me up a little. I definitely don't want my part taken away here at Fantasy Camp. You know, now I just need to step up.
So let's concentrate now and wipe out all of the bad news from yesterday, and let's talk about today. We gotta learn another song, and I want to do Honky Tonk Woman. Rolling Stones, bluesy, great. However, true to the record. I'm gonna scrutinize your vocal. I'm gonna make sure the Keith Richards part has to be right. Put on the gloves, Mama Lukes, because I'm gonna slap you around, both of you, until you get it right. Now, let's go. And time is of the essence, guys.
Killer job last night. I slept on it. You guys really impressed me. You know, the whole thing, like coming together, not knowing each other. But you rose above all that, served the song. and that's what it's all about, right?
I think we rocked out. It was a fat sound. And I do think we were the best band. I'm not just saying that. And I loved how you gave the mic to that chick. You know, audience participation's everything in rock and roll.
You know, if anything, if I'm going to critique myself, I think there was a little bit of dead space, and that's like my big pet peeve, you know. And I know it's up to me to, you know, keep talking and stuff, and you know, you helped out too.
People don't come to a rock show to hear music. They come to see the show. So I'm going to try to keep them involved, and, you know, whether it's clapping your hands or snapping your fingers or whatever, just get the groove on.
I'm excited for you guys pulling this thing together, and I think we're doing All Right Now.
Sweet.
All Right Now by the precursor to Bad Company, The Great Freak.
The fact that we're doing All Right Now by Free, man, that's great. I mean, it's such a powerful song. It's such a great song. It rocks.
So why don't we talk about last night a little bit more and see how everyone felt on stage and everything?
You know, I felt completely comfortable with you guys. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of mistakes. I mean, it was a great first night.
Last night, from what I heard, everyone really dug it, but I think the one thing that we need to probably bring up now and work on it and pay a little bit more attention to is the vocals. That's the key element of putting this over the top. I mean, you really are a point person, you know? You had a couple of lines that you missed, right?
Yeah.
George. Yeah, we had a little bit of a clam on that solo section. You kept having a bit of a brain fart there.
Yeah, definite brain fart.
We can't relax. We gotta go in as hard as we did yesterday and harder.
Matt actually had a lot more critiques than I thought. I thought we did really well. I know there's always room for improvement, but I didn't hear everything that he heard.
This is another classic song, so we can't make it a travesty. And it's a song called Can't Get Enough of Your Love by Bad Company.
I really like this one because it's blues-based.
Matt's song choice is really cool just because it's like right up there and I could like totally use my upper register.
Okay, so why don't we go over it acoustically? I can't get enough of your love. I can't get enough of your love. Straight. I can't get enough of your love.
I might have to stand out.
Good.
There you go.
Down here, Obi.
I can't be all slouchy. I think the songs haven't been the best for my vocal range, so it's not showing my full potential. I can't get enough. Can't get enough of your love.
Can't get enough of your love.
If you sing higher, it's easier, or if you sing lower, it's easier, but those notes were in like a weird register for me.
I can't get enough of your love. Love you flat.
There was a few spots where Melissa's vocals were flat. In rehearsal, you can be a little more relaxed, and if you make a mistake, you can go back and go, oops, you know, let's stop. You know, we're going to fix that. But whenever you're playing in front of a live audience, you can't stop. You got to keep going. If you make that mistake, you just got to roll with it.
I can't get enough of your love.
If she does hit flat notes, I think that could definitely hurt us.
Kiss frontman Paul Stanley. Oh, girl.
That's called safe sex.
So can you play this thing an octave lower?
Yeah, I would prefer, you know,
I came in and sort of said, okay, let's just play the song acoustically, because usually it's not going to sound any better if you plug into an amp and put effects and all kinds of crap. If it sounds good stripped down, then you got a good song.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yesterday, we were all strangers and we were still trying to figure it out, and I think now we're starting to really come together. We're starting to figure out who's strong and who's weak.
So let's figure out that ending there. Yeah.
Can we go over that part, just Paul and I? Just Paul and I, please.
So in some ways, we probably spent a little bit more time than really we should have with Katya, but I think it was a little bit of an investment we had to make in order for us to really shine.
Jess, see, as long as you get back to the song, she's a honky-tonk woman. Ah, she's such a honky woman. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So throw in all of your personality and then go nutty.
But only at the end, not all in the beginning. Some of the challenges about doing Honky Tonk Woman are it's soulful and scattery, so vocally I just have to kind of let it rip when it's supposed to.
I'm giving you a chance now
Got it. In the breakdown.
Julio and glaze yourself.
Okay.
One more time, just a cappella on the She's a Honky Tonk.
She's a honky-tonk woman.
There she is.
Give me the honky-tonk blues.
Oh my gosh, I didn't want you to stop.
Sounds great, right?
That was amazing. I'm your biggest fan. I have an announcement. Tonight, you guys have your next gig.
Oh, God.
There is no slacking at Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp, that is for sure. And you're not going to be able to hide behind the electric guitars this time because it will be unplugged. It's going to be an acoustic show. Tonight is going to be at the Gibson showroom in Beverly Hills. Nice. Yeah.
Tonight's performance is important because, one, it's acoustic, and when you're doing things acoustically,
a little bit other dynamics going on. You got to really have a mastery of your song because you don't want to blast people out. They're 3 feet in front of you. So this will be a great test of cohesion for the band.
We're not going to throw you to the wolves without any help. We've actually brought in a rock and roll expert. For over 30 years, he has reigned supreme as one of the most recognizable faces in rock and roll history. He is the voice of one of the biggest bands in the entire world, Kiss frontman Paul Stanley.
Hey, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. What's happening, man?
How are you, buddy?
Paul Stanley. Paul Stanley of Kiss. So honored to meet you. Oh my God.
Turn off the camera.
He's one of my personal idols. I'm so excited.
Paul, what I would love to do is play you the song for your critique. Would be great if you wouldn't mind.
Show me.
Here we go. Let's give it a go, okay?
When he walked over, Kiss, Paul Stanley of Kiss, he was grouping. We were singing. I mean, he picked up the tambourine, we were going. I was beyond, sweating the nerves, the nervous sweat. I'm honored.
Come on, pop quiz!
Mark's band is great because they have a really good, solid bass player and a drummer. It was really fun to get up there and get a chance to jump in there and sing a little and hit a tambourine, which is something that I haven't had a chance to do for a while. They sounded really good. Okay, you're signed.
Wait, hold on, I have a question. Star, how was that eye sex that you just had with Paul?
That's called safe sex.
Yeah! Oh Oh my, y'all were making love, having babies up there, rock and roll
The line
babies.
is running and I can't talk, so just, you know, go to somebody else.
Oh, girl.
When you're this close to somebody singing that I've idolized, that definitely threw me off the wagon for sure.
I mean, everybody's playing great. Drums sound solid. Bass player's not half bad.
And he's cute. I'm not going there. You know, I was done.
Sounds great.
One silly question. Should Jesse get hair relaxer, or is he okay like that?
It couldn't hurt.
Next time I see you, maybe I'll bring you a pair of black leather pants.
Yeah, okay.
There you go. Now you're talking.
And if you can fit into them, you'll keep them. This was awesome, man. The Taskmaster does it again.
My brother, I have to give you some love just for that alone. Thank you, baby.
Awesome.
Paul Stanley. Paul Stanley.
Good luck, guys. Keep working. Bye.
Thank you.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Katya, you all right?
Here he is, Mr. Marky Ramone.
The legendary Ramones drummer stops by.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Our jaws were just like hitting the ground. It was crazy.
And the bands get started on their original songs.
Why don't we get to work?
I think it's really cool.
Make it good, don't suck.
But problems surface
Dragging a little bit.
Hold on 1 second. It's a mess.
as the members battle to be heard.
I am not going to fight to write a song. You can have it.
Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp.
How's rehearsal going? Good. Well, you guys sound great, and I know the audience and your counselor is going to expect even more from you guys tonight. But we're not just going to throw you to the wolves without any help. We've got the best, actually. KISS frontman, Paul Stanley.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey. I love one of the greatest drummers around.
Thanks, Paul.
When Paul Stanley enters the room, it was awesome. I was in shock. He's such an icon. I've seen him in concert, and it was really, really amazing to see him in the flesh.
You mind if I sing with you a little? Let's give it a go. You're going to sing too, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, I take whatever I want, and baby, I want you. You give me something I need. Now tell me I got something for you. Come on, do it.
Performing with Paul Stanley is awesome. He was just like a real pro and just jumped right in, and I felt like it was just really nice energy, very cool.
When I see you.
Paul Stanley is the man. That's the guy that got me started playing guitar.
Can't Get Enough is a great, great song, and I loved getting up there to sing with them. It's funny to see Matt in there playing a guitar when he's a stellar drummer. Well done.
We are the only 18-year-olds
I'm 18 as well.
to ever have rocked out with Paul Stanley. That is cool. If I mention that to a girl, she'll automatically, be interested in me. Yeah, it's like the ultimate chat-up line, kind of like, hey, I jam with Paul Stanley. No, I go, jam with Paul Stanley. And you?
Hey, good luck.
Thank you.
It's really awesome. You guys are off to a great start.
One more time, Paul Stanley. Amazing. You guys sound so great. Get back to work. We'll see you at the Gibson. Okay, bye.
That sounds great, huh?
I didn't really care about the show tonight. I just want to see some boobies. Preferably Kimberly. I'm thinking that too.
What do you guys think about if he'd be so kind, him maybe jumping in for a minute?
Sure.
Paul Stanley. My God. I mean, this is just incredible. I think you would rule the world, but I think you already do, so. You are God. That's how I feel about Paul Stanley.
Paul's sitting next to me. You know, I'm kind of taken back. And the only thing I can think of is this guy has such a booming, amazing voice.
I said, hey, what is this now, baby?
And all of a sudden, my little voice sounded like I was singing into a tin can.
All right now, baby, it's all right now. Keep going. We're so happy together.
Sometimes you may get into a rut because you're trying so hard to copy something and do it note for note. So GC is doing an interpretation, and maybe the more he can impart his own taste or his own point of view into the song, the better.
Baby, it's all right now.
Duff's band sounds really good to me. They're having a good time playing, and the more they play it, the more it's going to tighten up. They're doing a good job. It's really important that you maybe read the lyrics, because you're delivering a story. Once you understand what you're singing, you put so much more into it. That's what makes the great singers. So you got a big weight on your shoulders to do that.
Paul Stanley was absolutely amazing. He's kind of made me want to step up my game a little bit tonight.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, she's crying.
Katya, you all right? You need a hug? You need a hug?
I've worked so hard at rock and roll. I can't believe I met you.
I'd love to know you're this passionate about what you do.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my God.
When you have that kind of impact on people, it's important to remember that that's a very, very big responsibility. I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad I'm here too.
It's Paul Stanley. He's a AAA rated gentleman. He's one of the good guys, and it was nice to see.
Awesome. All right, you guys, get back to work. You got a huge show tonight.
All right. Take care.
All right,
Good luck.
We'll see you at the Gibson. Bye, guys.
Rock and roll's alive and well, my friends.
Do you love rock and roll? Now's your chance to become a rock star.
Let's do this.
You and a friend could win a trip to Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp in Hollywood, where you'll jam with rock legends, including Kiss frontman Paul Stanley.
You are God.
Really awesome.
Write and record original music. Live out your rock and roll fantasy.
1, 2, 3, 4.
They sprung it on us that we're going to be doing an unplugged show. You know, the insecurity came. I'm hoping that nobody cracks, nobody breaks, nobody makes us look bad on stage. Unfortunately, it could be bad. It could be bad.
All right.
There you go.
You guys got it?
Too tough?
Hey, man. Tonight at the Gibson showroom, we got to play an acoustic version of Suffragette City, and then we're going to do Can't Get Enough of Your Love. I just need them to pay attention and work.
Sorry, that was my fault.
George. And George.
So does that work with what you're playing?
George gets a couple little head farts. You can stay on the F. Yeah. It's like clam. Hey, dude, I'm watching you.
Mistakes.
I could be a rich man right now if I was docking his bag. Come on.
Focus.
Don't piss me off, man. I will crack the whip. Come on, dude. Now we've played this 10 times. Now I'm gonna get mad. Don't get cocky with your hairdo and your little waistcoat. Sort you out.
We're just trying to look like you.
You ain't gonna get any chicks playing like that, brother.
Matt has a tendency to pick on us because we're twins.
Don't stand too close to him, because every time you do something.
Yeah, it's just the twin-filled energy.
Magnetic. He's always like, get away from Freddie, you know, maybe you're making a mistake because I'm near Freddie. That's obviously not true.
Now, I got my eye on you. Okay, let's keep it together, you and me.
The emphasis was all on us, you know, making mistakes, and I don't think we made that many mistakes.
His hair is more disheveled. It's like a bit of a windstorm that went that way.
I think he picks on us because we look better in vests.
And you got to really be solid because you're the only other instrument.
You lead the way.
You have to be focused.
Let's do it one more time.
I think I'm worried about myself more than anything. I had some trouble with the parts. You have to focus. So definitely I have to just concentrate tonight and just hopefully do my best I can. And yeah, like for me, I've never played bongos before. This is my first day and it's a new instrument, so I'm a bit nervous.
Give it to me, brother.
Well, you're slim and you're weak. You got the teeth of a hydra upon you. You're dirty and sweet. You're my girl. 1, 2, 3, get it on. Bang a gong.
Along with Honky Tonk Woman, I've decided to make them sing Bang a Gong again in sort of a chance to save themselves. If they do it right, then Bang a Gong isn't the old Bang a Gong, it's the one we did tonight that worked. Okay, the problem with that one is you're dirty, sweet, and you're mine. I want to tell you that I love you every single night. You're my girl. You've got to have more stank on the end of that. Right now, you're doing it so quick. Hey, you're my girl. Okay, 2, 3, 4.
No, you're right. You know, yeah, I'm rushing that part. Tonight is definitely redemption night for last night, so. Rehearsal with Mark was very intense. We just kept doing it, getting it right. You're dirty, sweet, and you're my girl. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Okay.
No, not enough?
Give it the sauce.
I got you.
Me trying to tell you how to sing soulful.
I got you. I got it.
Okay, you know what? We can't screw the song up.
Right. I almost, this is gonna sound weird, but it almost feels like it's it's kind of contrived. Mark was trying to sell me the sexiness of the song. But to me, music is a feeling that I connect to with the music. Mark's way is we're gonna make it that way. That was the hardest part that I had. I could feel what I could do, but like right now, it's just kind of like, I feel like I'm just like.
So in other words, wait, let me get this straight. You're asking us to trust you.
Kind of.
No. And let me tell you why. Because number one, you have to listen to Master Hudson.
I am listening.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
How am I not listening?
You're not listening now, you're talking. He's talking about soul. I understand that you don't know what that is, but now is the time to listen and learn. For real, not bullshit.
When Star was talking to me that way, I mean, you're here just like I am. You're not the mentor, so I was kind of drawn back by that.
When he's telling you something, don't sit there and be cool like, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, yeah, right.
What are you talking about?
Shut up. I mean, shut up right now. I'm not joking. Look at my face. Look at my face.
I'm looking at you.
I'm not joking. It don't come back with no smart ass because you still don't have it right. I was pretty pissed at Jesse for not listening to Mark because that man doesn't have to be here to waste time with your wannabe self. So you should really be grateful and absorb and learn and execute. I should write a list.
Here's what the problem is. Trust me, I got it. And then all of a sudden we get out there and you go, dirty sweet, and you're my mom. 2, 3, 4. You're gonna have 5 people wanting to bludgeon you with their instruments.
Right.
You wanna do it on your own? I'll let you do it.
Mm-hmm.
I trust you enough where I'm willing to take a shot, roll the dice, and give it to him. I think when it gets to that part, we gotta either let him hang himself or let him be the hero.
Tonight, everything's on me. I'm just gonna go in there and do the best I can and just hope for the best.
Welcome to the Gibson Showroom Unplugged.
Do what you do.
Hello, everybody. Good-looking crowd we have tonight. I'm Kimberly Caldwell. Welcome to the Gibson showroom. And, of course, welcome to Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp Unplugged. Today, we were actually really fortunate to have one of the biggest rock stars in the entire world come and give his expertise today. Here he is, frontman for Kiss, Paul Stanley.
Okay, everyone feeling good?
Yep.
It's hot in here.
Yep.
It's gonna be even hotter out there.
Yep.
Acoustic set, right? A little bit more stripped down kind of vibe. So like they're gonna hear everything pretty much. Like it's like kind of being under a microscope. George, I see you. I hear you. I got you. Don't screw up that solo section.
I need to focus more and pay more attention to my bass playing. And I think I need to try harder, but I'm sure we'll get it together.
I think we're all on the same page.
Yep.
It's all about us sticking together as a band, banding together, if you will. So good luck. Let's do a little Hail, hail, the bad kick. Hail, hail, the bad kick.
Woo!
Are you ready? Okay, let's get started. Now, our first band up on the stage is under the direction of Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp counselor, Matt Sorum, and they are the Bad Kick. Come on.
Having this intimate space, I don't feel intimidated at all. Hey guys, how you doing? You good? Are you ready to rock? It's kind of nice because you get to feel what the audience is feeling. So if they're really enjoying it, like you can feel that energy from them and they can feel the energy from you. So I think it's a very energy sharing sort of experience, which is cool.
Hey man,
Leave me alone, you know.
hey man,
Oh, Harry, get off the phone. I got it.
hey man.
I got it straight in my face. This mellow fat chick just put
So I started off Suffragette City a lot slower. I wanted it to be a little sexier, more laid back. The band just took off.
Hey man,
works down the drain.
I think they were excited, you know, and they were starting to feel more comfortable. But that comfortability turned into everyone getting a little loose. Melissa just kind of stepped on a lot of stuff. She was just, you know, doing the Christina Aguilera impersonation.
Oh, don't lean on me, man, 'cause you guys got time to check it. I was Suffragette City.
Didn't go crazy fast, but the tempo moved up.
It's out of sight.
The drummer's got to pull that back. I don't care if he's on a conga, you know, or what. Just pull it back. The band's got to pull it back too. Everyone's got to have a, you know, group effort with where the groove sits, you know.
Suffragette.
I'm afraid to like be off the stage now and not direct him when I want to get away from being with them. I want them to be on their own.
You like that? Well, we want to get even more rockin'. So, come on, Paul, please come to the stage. We'd be so honored.
It was definitely a dream to play with Paul Stanley. Reality was probably never ever going to be playing with him, but my fantasy came true.
Well, I take whatever I want, and baby, I want you. You give me something I need. Now tell me I got something for you.
When Paul Stanley came out, Melissa got a little, she got a little overexcited.
Do what you do.
I can't get enough of your love.
She sort of just like went out on her own and started just sort of singing all over the place.
I can't get enough of you.
One more time.
I can't get enough of your love.
I need so much I can.
I can't get enough of your love. I need so much. I need you so
We
much.
did a really great rehearsal with Paul, and then something happened on the show. So I got to get on the band a little bit because I can't cover their ass anymore. I wanted to help them sort of get their sea legs, but now I want to say, hey, you're on your own. Now what are you going to do, fall apart?
come on. Paul Stanley, ladies and gentlemen.
You guys are all sorted. You guys sound good. You guys have obviously gotten a little closer as people. The last 24 hours. It's only been 24 hours, right?
Yeah.
So good luck, guys.
Thanks.
You won't need it because you're good.
Awesome. Thank
It's going to be a great show.
The cool thing about Duff is he's just real laid back. He's a cool cat. And
I think that's exactly what we need for tonight's show, because every single musician becomes key.
beautiful people, how are ya? Cool. We are the X Hang-Ups. My job is to get crowd participation. I want the crowd close. I try to bring them in. You know, I want it to be all about the experience. Guys, do me a favor. You know what's so cool about an acoustic show? It's intimate. You guys come on in a little bit, man. Let me feel the love, huh?
Yeah.
Let's give a little love. We feed off you guys, all right?
Acoustic is not really like my favorite thing in the world, to be honest with you, but I kind of try to make it fun, and I really enjoyed myself. I did.
Very cool. Thank you, guys. Man, that was awesome. We got one more for you. Yeah. Mr. Stanley, we would be honored, sir, if you would get up there and do a tune with us, huh? Paul Stanley, everybody, give it up. Paul Stanley.
We asked Paul Stanley to come up on stage to join us, and I was kind of feeling a little bit, my nerves were going. I'm thinking to myself, come on, you guys, let's get playing.
You ready? Sure, right on.
There she stood in the street, smiling from her head to her feet. I said to her, hey, what is this now, baby, maybe, I said to her, hey, what's your name, baby? Maybe we can see things the same. GC gets a little twisted up with his lines and actually forgets a line. I could have really lost it and walked off right there.
I was completely mortified that he forgot the lyrics in front of Paul Stanley. I mean, for f***ing sake.
Paul and I had not really talked about what parts we were going to sing, so we did step on each other's toes a little bit. I was rattled. I was definitely rattled. But then I just kind of took a deep breath, let him finish singing, pop right back in. Seamless. This could be.
Oh, you guys ready? All right now, baby, it's all right now. Come on, sing it with us.
I think the X Hang-Ups did pretty good at the Gibson showroom. Would have been great had our singer not forgotten the lyrics, but what can he do?
Now, you guys, please give it up for Paul Stanley.
Here he is, Mr. Marky Ramone.
The legendary Ramones drummer stops by.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Our jaws were just like hitting the ground. It was crazy.
And the bands get started on their original songs.
Why don't we get to work?
I think it's really cool. Make it good, don't suck.
But problems surface
Dragging a little bit.
Hold on 1 second. Oh, it's a mess.
as the members battle to be heard.
I am not going to fight to write a song. You can have it.
Rock and roll fantasy.
All right, guys. Good and bad news. A chance to redeem ourselves tonight. The two guys that need redeeming, boom. Fortunately, you guys have the talent. You can do it. You can do it. You cannot be a teacher. You cannot be an oversinger. I hate to say that because I love you guys and I think we can be great, but I can't let go of it. I can't let go of the reins because if I leave you alone, we're going to be a very mediocre bar band.
There's a little bit more pressure on Jesse and I because we kind of let it go last night, so we got to pay it back, I think. Tonight's that opportunity, and I think every night after this is going to be a redeemable night.
In Italian, we say the fish rots from the head. And then it just trickles on down to the people that are under the head. And I am the head fish, but on stage, Jesse, it's you. It's up to you to be flying the plane tonight.
I am trying to prove myself more to Mark now and let him know that I could be that guy.
And now the next band to take the stage, the Spaceball Ricochets!
I have to prove to myself that I am good enough to do this. So I'm gonna definitely nail it tonight. Here we go, y'all.
At the Gibson showroom, we played a lot better. It was more intimate setting. You know, we're just kind of chilling. We relaxed a lot, and it ended up being a lot smoother. It was sexy, it was soulful, it was pretty solid.
I was really proud of Johnny. I was riding him hard, and he rose to the occasion. He played great. His solo was fantastic, and even people in the audience commented on it afterwards.
I felt like I redeemed myself at the Gibson showroom. It was a great show. We all did awesome, and everybody loved it.
This next tune, I want to call up my friend for some 40 years or so, Mr. Paul Stanley.
Yes! When Mark called Paul on the stage, I blushed for 2 seconds and then had to concentrate. I am beyond excited.
I met a Gibson Theater queen in Memphis. She tried to kick me upstairs for a ride.
I thought our band's performance tonight was 1,000 times better. Very proud of everybody. We all concentrated. We all paid attention. We all are vibing with each other. I think Jesse listened to Mark's advice, and he did a good job.
I thought my band was great. Their energy was superb. The audience loved them. So for that alone, I had to tip my hat and say, well done. You pulled it off.
Woo!